He never imagined that a small renovation in his new house would uncover a secret that would change everything. For Alex, moving into this old suburban home was supposed to be a fresh start. He never imagined that a small renovation in his new house would uncover a secret that would change everything. For Alex, moving into this old suburban home was supposed to be a fresh start, a quiet life, away from the chaos of the city. The house was charming, with decades of history etched into its wooden floors and ivy-covered walls. But some histories refused to stay buried. It all started on a lazy Saturday afternoon. Alex decided to finally tackle that one peculiar wall in the study. It just felt off. The wallpaper was peeling, and when he tapped it, there was a strange, hollow sound. Curiosity got the better of him. Armed with a crowbar, he began to pry away the plasterboard. He thought he might find some old wiring, maybe some forgotten insulation. He never expected to find a door. It wasn't a normal door. It was small, dark, and sealed shut, with no handle or knob. It was as if someone had intentionally tried to erase its existence, to wall it off from the world forever. The air grew colder as he worked to break the seal. A musty, earthy smell, like a long-forgotten tomb, seeped through the cracks. After what felt like an eternity, the old wood groaned and splintered, and the door creaked open into darkness. Alex grabbed a flashlight, his heart pounding in his chest, and stepped across the threshold into a room that time had forgotten. The beam from his flashlight cut through the thick, dusty air, revealing a scene frozen in the past. The room was small, a study of sorts, but unlike any he had ever seen. The furniture was covered in white sheets, like silent ghosts guarding the room's secrets. Strange symbols were painted on the walls, geometric patterns and lines that seemed to hum with a hidden energy. In the center of the room sat a heavy wooden desk. On it, a single leather-bound journal lay open, its pages filled with frantic, spidery handwriting. As Alex's light danced across the room, it caught something glinting in the corner. A collection of strange artifacts, an antique compass that spun erratically, a series of intricately carved wooden dolls with unsettlingly blank eyes, and a small, ornate box that seemed to pulsate with a faint, inner light. The house, once a symbol of a peaceful new beginning, now felt like a prison of secrets. Every creak of the floorboards, every shadow in the corner of his eye, sent a shiver down his spine. Alex knew he couldn't just seal the room back up and pretend he never found it. The journal on the desk called to him. He had to know who lived here before, and why they would go to such lengths to hide this room away. He returned to the hidden chamber, the air still thick with the scent of dust and decay. He picked up the journal, its leather cover cold to the touch. The first entry was dated over a century ago. The author, a man named Elias, described himself as a researcher, a seeker of truths that lie beyond the veil of our reality. He wrote about the house not as a home, but as a conduit, a place where the barrier between worlds was thin. As Alex read on, the entries grew more and more disturbing. Elias wrote about the symbols on the walls, claiming they were not mere decorations, but cosmic locks meant to contain something. He described the artifacts not as collectibles, but as tools to communicate with, or perhaps defend against, unseen entities. The spinning compass didn't point north. It pointed to breaches. The wooden dolls were not toys. They were vessels. One entry, in particular, made Alex's blood run cold. Elias wrote, "I have seen it. A shadow that does not cast a source. It whispers from the walls, promises of knowledge at the cost of sanity. I have built this room to study it, but now I fear I have only trapped myself in with it. This room is no longer a laboratory. It is a cage." Flipping through the brittle pages, Alex discovered cryptic messages and coded phrases scattered throughout the journal. Elias mentioned a silent frequency in a door that opens when the stars align. He wrote about the small, ornate box on the desk, calling it the resonator. According to the journal, it was designed to amplify the silent frequency, to make the whispers from the other side audible. A warning was scrawled on the final page, the ink smudged as if written in a great hurry. "Do not open the box. Some doors are meant to remain closed. It learns, it watches, it waits." Alex's logical mind screamed at him to stop, to board up the room, and never look back. But the pull of the mystery was too strong. What was this entity Elias was so afraid of? What secrets did the resonator box hold? He looked at the box, its intricate carvings seeming to shift in the dim light. His hand trembled as he reached for it. The journal was just the ramblings of a madman, right? Just old stories and superstitions. But as his fingers brushed against the cold metal of the box, he heard it, a faint whisper, seeming to come from all around him, yet from nowhere at all. It was a single, chilling word that echoed in the silence of the room. "Welcome." The whisper was not a sound his ears could hear, but a thought that planted itself directly into his mind. An icy dread washed over him. Elias wasn't mad. It was real. Alex stumbled back, dropping the journal. The flashlight flickered, casting long, dancing shadows across the room. For a split second, in the corner of his eye, he saw a tall, slender silhouette, darker than the surrounding darkness, standing silently in the corner. It had no face, no features, just an empty, suffocating presence. The air pressure in the room dropped, and a low hum vibrated through the floor, growing in intensity. The symbols on the walls began to glow with a soft, sickly green light. The wooden dolls on the shelf turned their heads in unison, their blank eyes now fixed directly on him. The resonator box on the desk clicked open on its own. It didn't reveal treasure or jewels. Instead, a swirling vortex of shadow and light pulsed within, pulling at the very air he breathed. The whispers grew louder, a chorus of voices speaking in a language he couldn't understand, yet he knew their meaning. They offered knowledge, power, the secrets of the universe. All he had to do was step closer. All he had to do was let it in. He was frozen in terror, his mind screaming to run, but his body wouldn't obey. The shadowy figure drifted from the corner, elongating and twisting as it moved toward him. It wasn't walking. It was flowing, like smoke. He could feel its coldness, a void that promised to consume everything. This was it, the thing Elias had trapped, the secret hidden behind the wall. And now, it was free. Alex finally broke from his trance, scrambling backward out of the room, slamming the hidden door shut behind him. He didn't stop to board it up, he just ran. He ran out of the house and didn't look back. What would you do if you found this room in your own home? Would you have dared to open the box? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Some secrets were never meant to be found, and some doors should never be opened. Alex learned that the hard way. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more chilling stories that will make you question the world you think you know. And if you're brave enough, check out the link in the pinned comment. We'll be exploring another location where reality itself seems to break down. Thanks for watching. Sleep tight.